this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Busted appliance? This is your sign to upgrade. Shop at Lowe's to get up to 35% off and next day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Visit your nearby Lowe's on East 17th Avenue in Hutchinson.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. Push your gameplay beyond performance with Intel Core Ultra processors for the next era of gaming. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E and maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search. Power up at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome back. It's a brand new episode. This is Laugh With Me, a podcast with Jeremy Odem, and I'm your host. Hey, it's J.O. That felt very authoritative. Authoritative? It felt very strong, like I was coming at you with, I'm your host. Yeah, generally, I'll yell it. I fall back in my chair a bit, but not this time. I felt like I hung a little too strong there in the mic. So I mean, if you felt that this intro came at you a little bit strong, I was yelling at you in particular. I mean, maybe I was. If you feel that I was in particular yelling at you, then there's probably some truth to it. But if you felt like I was a little strong, yeah, I felt the same way, man. I definitely felt the same way. Johnny, we got to work on that. A little better intro next time. Maybe a little more chill. We'll get there. That's for sure. We got a fun one today. This one's full of facts. Johnny has outdone himself this week as we bring you another brand new episode of Laugh With Me that you can find anywhere that you download your favorite podcast. Where would I like you to, download the episode? I mean, go ahead and find it at the iHeartRadio app. It's free. Look up Laugh With Me. And how cool would that be to go ahead and hit the follow, the subscribe, the always download new episodes, hit notifications for when a new one comes out. Why not, right? Get that iHeart app going. And it's free. Why not? What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose, Johnny? Absolutely nothing. Other than a little bit of space on your smartphone or laptop, wherever you listen. Turns out a lot of people listen on their laptops. Maybe at work. I guess that would be my thinking. But a lot of people, I guess they do a lot of their entertainment on their laptops, maybe in their apartments, their homes. I guess I just roll at just about everything goes through my smartphone, But yeah, man, a lot of people download and listen on the old laptop. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're talking about the financials. Today we are talking about pennies. Why are we talking about pennies? Well, the Treasury here in the United States has decided that the pennies are out. And I was actually, and we'll get to this later on in the week, but I was hanging out with the boys this last weekend. Our regular on the show, Eric Larson, I was asking him about pennies. I'm like, why did the United States just get out of the penny business? I mean, I'm impacted by this because of my day job, but why? There's got to be reasons why. Why did we just at the drop of a dime decide pennies are out? We're moving on. And he was saying that there was other countries, they've been doing this for a while now, and basically the cost of the penny to make them has now outweighed the what it's worth. And then that makes a lot of sense. That's a good business practice then. Let's get rid of the penny. So we did. Smart guy, Eric Larson. But it really got me thinking. And it wasn't so much the impact of, now the change of rounding at work, because it really, at retail stores, it's really a thing. Where now we're having a round up, round down. I mean, how do you want to go about it? It's going to take a little bit to get to clean math on that. Because right now there's still enough pennies out in circulation that we're making it work. But no, I was been thinking about the penny because that's the most common, I would think, is the most common coin used to buy wishes. And you might be thinking, J.O., what are you talking about buying wishes? You go to the wishing wells and you toss in a coin and you make your wish. And one would assume that the penny is the most frequently used item tossed into the wishing well. And I say this because pennies are the cheapest, 1 cent. Also, generally, the one you want to get rid of the most out of your pocket if you got a bunch of them. But the thing is, if the penny, 1 cent, is the low end, if you were to throw in a quarter, 2 quarters, into the wishing well, I would, this is just me talking, I would expect a better bang for my buck on my wish. That's all I'm saying. If I throw in more than a penny, I would think I would have a better shot at getting this wish to come true. That's just the way I've always thought. I'm like, well, if I chuck in a quarter, well, then I better have 25 times the possibility of getting my wish granted. Because if the rate of getting your wish granted is the same with the quarter and the penny, I mean, yeah, then everybody should be throwing in pennies. But that's the thing, they don't. And that's why I believe that there is a better shot or a higher rate of getting your wish granted if you throw in more. Now, with the penny essentially being eliminated, everybody's going to be throwing in more into the wishing wells. I do not see people not throwing coins in the wishing wells still, like at this point, just because the penny's gone. No. I see people getting just a little more aggressive on their wishes is kind of the angle I'm taking on this one. But it did get Johnny and I thinking, what do we even know about these wishing wells? What do we know about these fountains? And is there some truth to my thought process here? I mean, what if I throw in a couple bucks? I mean, I'm not going to throw in the paper because obviously the water is going to ruin it. But what if I throw in 4, 8, 12 quarters into the wishing well? I would assume I'm going to have a better shot at that wish. But not everybody sees it that way. So Johnny put together some stuff here for us today. Johnny put together some strong facts so that we can really take a look at the wishing wells and to see if maybe there's some truth, to what I've been saying. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever asked for a wish or purchased a wish and had it necessarily come true, or at least had it come true within a reasonable amount of time that I could tie it together to that. Now, I've wished for things and hoped things would happen, and sure, they have over time possibly. But never have I tossed in a penny into the fountain, wished, and then an hour later, it's come true. Would be interesting, though, to know if that is something that has happened to some folks, because I would imagine it has to have. This is the thing. This throwing coins in wells and fountains has been a thing going on for centuries now. But the game's changed. Pennies are out. Here we are. We're nickel and diming them now, baby. But I just might be going all quarter. Let's see.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. Push your gameplay beyond performance with Intel Core Ultra processors for the next era of gaming. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E and maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search. Power up at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Did you know that parents rank teaching financial literacy as the toughest life skill? That's where Greenlight comes in, the debit card and money app made for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and track spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn how to earn, save, and spend responsibly, while parents have peace of mind, knowing smart money habits are being built with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/iHeart. That's greenlight.com/iHeart.
Taco Bell is rolling out the new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas. And here's the thing, you literally can't just get one. They come in twos. And thank goodness they do. Because these toasted cheddar Street Chalupas, filled with slow-roasted chicken, crispy bacon, and avocado ranch, are stacked with bold flavor that keeps you going back for more. Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas. Only at Taco Bell. Get yours today. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
Johnny, you would probably be surprised, or maybe you're not because you put together a lot of this data for me. It's just being true. Thank you for, you like it when I give you credit, don't you, Johnny? Yeah. I thought, yeah. Credit to you, Johnny. Well, I was surprised to know that throwing money into fountains and wells was actually pretty big business. Like you walk by a fountain or well, you see all the coins and you think, oh, there's probably a couple $100s in there. But then you think of all the places around the world that people are throwing coins into. This is really a major investment for some charities and businesses. Millions of dollars per year is tossed into the water with the hopes of getting the wish that they seek. Like in particular, there's one in Rome, the Trevi Fountain. I guess this is like the most famous of all the fountains. Who knows how many wishes are being granted out of this freaking fountain. But $1.6 million annually just in coins is tossed into this fountain. But a lot of smaller ones can get anywhere from $100 to $5,000 per year, depending on, the kind of traffic that runs through. But they'll go through, they'll fish them out. They'll either use it for charities or, a lot of times it's just another wave of income. People throwing them in. Hopefully, they're treating it right. A lot of wishes. A lot of wishes that need granted from this. But the breakdown goes like this, and it's exactly what I thought. It's predominantly pennies, which is my point in all of this. 40 to 60% of the coins that are thrown into a fountain or a well is a penny. Then it goes nickels, dimes, quarters, which makes a lot of sense because the higher it goes, the less likely somebody is to throw it in. Now, my breakdown on this is we're going to start to see more quarters. I think people are going to start looking for more bang for their buck in regards to their wish. Now that the penny's out of it altogether, and a lot of people aren't carrying around a whole bunch of nickels. They're heavier than a dime. They're bigger. I just foresee us throwing in more quarters thinking, you know what, I'll toss in a quarter or two, and I'm going to better my odds here. But people will find foreign coins in there too. About 5 to 10% of the coins thrown in are foreign. But the average here, this is interesting because pennies, of course, that's number one. But the average value per toss, anywhere between 18 cents and 30 cents. So some people are just grabbing the change in their pocket and chucking it, which I didn't see that coming. I thought people would be a little more smarter with their wish, a little more strategic with it. In the past, when I have tossed in some money into this bad boy, it has been the penny. I've never considered just grabbing a handful of change out of my pocket and chucking it, but here we are. Now, the chances of your wish actually happening, and this is completely true. It kind of falls anywhere between 5 and 20%, and statistically, it's around the same as luck. Okay, so basically, you are paying for some luck, is what you're doing with the wishing well. Now, there's zero return on investment on this because a lot of people will throw a coin in and whatnot and ask for like $1 million. Like, that's what the average guy is. In fact, the odds are 50 to 1 that when a male throws anything into the fountain, and I say anything because we're going to get into it. There's some things going in these fountains. 50 to 1 shot that a male is wishing for $1 million. So they're looking to turn a penny into $1 million payday. Well, that's just not very likely, but it is pretty likely that's what they're asking for. 27-cent average coin value thrown into a wishing well. That's honestly, that is way higher. Like that's the one that's blowing my mind right now. Millions of dollars in one fountain alone, 1.6. I mean, I wonder, so like golf courses, there's people that'll hop into the pond and fish out all the golf balls that go into the bottom. And I mean, certainly the golf courses will, use those for range balls. But like just think, do you think there's also a whole bunch of change in there? Are people using like little golf ponds as wishing wells? Little wishing fountain? Or does it have to be 100% like made for it in order for your wish to have a shot at it? I don't know. Johnny, you didn't give me shit on that. I'm curious to know if golf courses, because they're pretty wide open. I mean, this could be a big business for people to just start, start swimming, get some money. I could, those people, they say like it's not just, you don't have the homeless people standing at the end of intersections or whatever with the sign, and they're down hard times or whatever, and they're asking for money, and they say a lot of those people actually aren't homeless, and this is just like their business. Like they go out there and ask for money, and they'll rake in $1,000 in a day or a weekend or something like that. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is a full-on business practice for some people. They're just hopping in wells, hopping in fountains, getting pockets full of coins. I don't know. So there's plenty of money out there, that's for sure. And other things. Here's some things that they say they found in fountains and wishing wells or something, very similar. Obviously, you're going to find coins. Thousands of coins from different eras and countries are found. And that's the thing. There's probably a lot of rare and collectible coins that are tossed in there unknowingly. And then when they fish them out, then they can redeem those for whatever it's worth and come out even farther ahead. I wonder if somebody not knowing throws in a very valuable coin and then wishes for something like maybe an A on a test, and then an A on a test. Do you think that's something that people... Johnny, I never would have wished for an A on a test. No, I asked for like $1 million or something. But like, let's say they did. Let's say they had a very valuable coin. They threw it in. They asked for an A on the test. But their wish is actually valued much higher than the 25 cents that they think they threw in. Do they get the value in which they thought they were throwing it in? Or do they get the true up value of the coin for their wish, and they'll end up getting like an A on the class, altogether, instead of just the test? I don't know. I'm spitballing here. But people throw in all kinds of stuff. They'll actually throw in, I joked about paper bills, getting ruined in there, but people will put them in like Ziploc bags, and then they'll toss them in there to try to protect them. Now that's smart, because that protects the integrity of the bill and gives you better chances of getting your wish granted. So I'm with you on that one. That's actually pretty smart. But people throw in jewelry sometimes, maybe instead of going to the pawn shop, they'll just chuck it in there and try to get their value and wish. I could see that. There's people that throw phones into their smartphone into the fountain. I think that one isn't being done on purpose. I don't see anybody just chucking their phone in there unless they're trying to get away. I see somebody having their phone thrown in there by somebody else. I could see that one. But if you're trying to stay off the grid, and maybe like Jason Bourne, that's when I could see you throwing your smartphone in. But otherwise, I just don't see. People are just too careful with their phones. I don't see that one happening. Be a lot of accidentals, that's for sure. But they'll throw in photos and try to wish, for things for their friends and family, and I don't care for that one at all. I mean, what does that do? What's a photo give value to the fountain? Because you got to figure you're trying to give value to the gods, to the fountain, to the wishing people, to the genies. I mean, do the genies oversee these wishing wells and fountains? This is pretty deep. Johnny, we didn't even begin to prep enough for this. Like, who's granting these wishes? I'm starting to think there's some genies involved or cousins of genies or something, because who else has this kind of power to grant these wishes. But though people are throwing toys, which again, I think that one's an accident. I just like, kids thinking that it's all fun and games. Oh, you're throwing coins in? Yeah, let me check my Matchbox car. Hot Wheels, probably more appropriate than Matchbox. Some people throw animals in, but that one's on purpose. Don't you think if you found a snake would make a lot of sense? You're not getting any damn wishes. That's where I think if you throw a snake in, you're trying to take somebody's wish. Yeah. That's actually pretty sneaky. I'm actually here for that one. I like that a lot. One time, so that Trevi fountain that I was telling you about in Rome or wherever the hell that was, people have found a full bicycle sitting at the bottom of that. That had to be on purpose, but I mean that's got to be a prank. People find dentures, false teeth, things like that. That again got to be some kind of accident. But my favorite would be the fake human body parts, like putting mannequins and fake arms and stuff, put it down there. Just, prank it. I mean, a statue of Jason Voorhees, something like that where he's looking up. That's a hell of a prank. I'm here for that one. Or, why wouldn't we use it like one of those time capsules, or those, you roll up the note or the letter in a bottle and throw it out to sea. That would be kind of fun to do that in these wells, these wishing wells. That'd be fun because then you never know who's going to get it. And then, you open it up and it's like chicken butt. That would be funny. That's a hell of a prank. Hopefully, that has no impact on your wish or no impact negatively on you because you're just trying to pull pranks. I would hope. Because I plan on doing one of those. I actually like the chicken butt one. But the fact that thousands of dollars in coins is being thrown into these major fountains every single day is just so wild. I mean, it does go to good causes. I mean, remember, most of these places are taking this money and they're giving it away to charity. So this is actually a really good thing. And I hope the extinction of the penny does not hinder people from continuing to give. I mean, you have to give to these fountains if you were giving before, because it does appear that they do rely on this to some extent. But with that being said, if you are giving more, if strategically you're looking at it and going, I was giving a penny and now I'm throwing in a quarter, well, damn it, your odds to get your wish granted certainly need to be higher. Well, there you go. That's my thoughts on the penny. I mean, a lot of people, they think of the penny going away and they're like, all right, how's this impact retail? How's this impact, the economy? How's this going to change the way we spend and buy and blah, 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 blah forever? And I instantly went to, but what about my wish? I don't know. We're all a little different, Johnny. We're all just a little different. We got another new episode coming this week. A little Friday happy hour. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's gonna be a great kickoff to the weekend. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a wishing well. Have a beer. This one's on you, Johnny. Thanks for listening.
At CVS, it matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it. It matters that we're here for you when you need us, day or night. And we want everyone to feel welcomed and rewarded. It matters that CVS is here to fill your prescriptions and here to fill your craving for a tasty and, healthy snack. At CVS, we're proud to serve your community because we believe where you get your medicine matters. So visit us at cvs.com or just come by our store. We can't wait to meet you. Store hours vary by location.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. Push your gameplay beyond performance with Intel Core Ultra processors for the next era of gaming. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E and maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search. Power up at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
The sound of a seatbelt. It's one of the most important sounds in our car. It means everyone is ready and everyone is safe. The more our kids see us put on our seatbelts, the more natural it is for them to put theirs on too. Make it a priority. Buckle up every time. Hear the sound? Make it a habit.
Paid for by NHTSA.
If you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, Grainger knows you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Grainger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Grainger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.